Hey guys, welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because I am back with another multiple looks using one palette, and the palette of choice, as you guys know, is the Makeupbymario Master Mattes palette. That looks like this. And as you guys know, I love to create multiple looks using a brand new palette just to show you guys the versatility and give you guys a few options on how to use the palette, you know? So if you are interested in seeing how it all goes down, getting all these looks using the Master Matte by Makeupbymario, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post videos like this all the time. I have a huge playlist of multiple looks using one palette up here. And without further ado, let's get started. Is my bun crooked, guys? I feel like it is.
Alright guys, let's start. This is how the palette looks. Super sleek white packaging. It's like a glossy packaging. And we are going to start off some swatches. This is matte 1, matte 2, matte 3, matte 4, matte 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and matte 12 is the black. And this is how the swatches look. They didn't swatch the best, but we'll see. So going in with this Maybelline Master Concealer, we're going to prime the lids really quick, blend it out with a brush, and then warm it up with our finger. And then going in with this Maybelline setting powder, we're going to set that concealer. And we're going to start off with matte number 5 and hit it right all over the crease. And really build it up as much as possible. Usually what I like to do is doing tapping motions and then blending out so we get the most pigment out of it. And with this clean brush, we're going to start buffing out any harsh edges. Going in with matte 6, we're going to build up the crease a little bit more. Get it a little bit darker. Back in with our clean brush, blending that out. Getting the same concealer, we're going to cut the crease, not too sharp, just a little bit messy to clean up that space that we want. Just blend it out with our finger. Going back in with the shades we used and just hit the crease. Going in with matte 3, we're going to hit it all over the concealer we just placed on our lid. Look how beautiful it looks. You don't see any texture at all. Going back in with the crease, so we keep the crease there. Going in with matte number 4, we're going to hit it right at the brow bone. Just tap it. While you tap it, it's going to blend out nicely. Full face and everything. Going in with this LA Girl bright liner on the waterline of the eye. Going in with matte number 6, hitting it all over the lower lash line. Cleaning off our brush, we're going to go in with matte number 5. And just buffing it out a little bit more. Using the shade matte number 3, we're going to hit it in the inner corner so we have that bright inner corner. And guys, this is look number 1. Super pretty, super simple look. It took me literally, I don't know how long literally, but it was just such a quick look to create. Super simple, such an everyday look. And I really like that we were able to build up the crease with different shades and it doesn't look like too crazy, you know? But yeah, guys, this is look number 1. Don't mind my crazy baby hairs because you'll see them throughout the entire video. Let's move on to look numero 2. Starting off with this P. Louise primer base, we're going to hit it all over the crease. Blend it out per the usual. Starting off with matte number 4, we are going to set the entire lid. Tapping motions to get the most pigment and get that lid set very well. Using the shade matte number 8, we're going to hit it right on the crease. Kind of keep it at the outer crease though. Really build it up with tapping motions. And clean off our brush with our color switch. Going in with the black shade, we're going to hit the tip of our brush and just concentrate it at the very end of the eye. We're going to start creating a little bit of depth and then really building it up, getting it nice and dark at the ends. Going back in, cleaning our brush, going in with matte number 8 and just softening up those edges so those edges don't look super sharp since the black was stamped there. And then going in with matte number 4, we're going to tap the outer edges to buff those edges out and they don't look too, blah. Going in with matte number 6, we're going to hit it right on the crease, blending it in with the black and also blending it in on the lid. And then going in with matte number 2, we're going to hit the inner corner. You can also go a little bit lighter here, but I didn't. I just really wanted to use every single shade in the palette, and I felt like we had a nice transition. It wasn't too light, and it worked with that like red undertone. Then we're going to go in with this Maybelline liquid eyeliner. We're going to create a little baby wing. Full face and everything. We're going to get this brown L'Oreal liner. We're going to hit the waterline. Going in with our black and also shade number 9, and we're going to mix those very little, and then hit it on the lower lash line and really build that lower lash line up. Back in with our brush we use to buff out the edges, and going in with matte number 1, we're going to hit the inner corner. And guys, this is look number 2. Super pretty. I feel like this is a super dramatic look. Of course, this look would go great with eyelashes or without. As you guys know, I don't wear lashes because I'm allergic to lash glue, but of course these looks are always catered to both. I actually wore it out and the shades lasted all night long, and the way the look looks right now, it literally lasted the same way all night, All right guys, let's move on to look number 3. Starting off with matte number 4, we're going to hit it right all over the crease. That one has like an olive undertone. We're going to just tap it all over the place. Going in with matte number 10, we're going to start outlining our crease with a very small detailed brush, and literally just go where your crease is and just follow that exactly all over the eye. And what I did is just winged it out a little bit. Not too long, And then with a smaller fluffy brush, a clean one, we're gonna just start blending all those edges out so it's not like a full-on line. And getting this e.l.f. matte concealer, we're gonna cut the crease and really clean up those edges. You see where I'm stamping right there? So it looks very nice and neat. And we get that sharp line that we want with this look. Then blending it out with this brush. Now we're going to go in with matte number 3 and matte number 2 and just tap it all over the lid on top of the concealer with this synthetic brush. And I absolutely love that you don't see the texture on the lid because I have very textured lids, and it looks like a beautiful canvas. Then I'm just going back and reinforcing all the steps. You guys know, per the usual. Then going in with matte number 4 and just blending out the edges. Full face and everything using this L'Oreal brown liner. We're going to hit the lower lash line. Back in with matte number 6. Just hitting it on the lower lash line and really bringing it over to like our little edge right there. Or wing, And guys, this is look number 3. Absolutely easy. We only used a few shades, but it gives us the drama we wanted. I'm gonna say I love them all. This one was so easy to create. It doesn't look as easy, I feel, but it was super easy because of the pigment. The pigment was there. This is look number 3. I really like my natural lashes, just curling them, and it just gives it a little umph. You can also do a wing to add a little bit more depth to the look as well. But I just wanted to keep it as easy as possible. As easy as possible. And let's move on to look number 4. Starting off with matte number 5. Gonna hit it all over the lid. Well, mainly the crease, and really build that up. Number 10 and 11, we're gonna really build it up with this small brush on our crease. Really get it nice and dark. Back in with our first brush and just blending those edges out so they don't get out of control. Back in with our small brush, hitting the crease, really getting it nice and dark. Going in with matte number 7, again, we're just going to go all over the edges so they're not too harsh. All right, with any concealer, we're going to just cut the crease halfway, and I really stop right where the crease is. I don't like to do my cut creases too sharp these days. And then we're going to go in with matte number 9, hit the outer edge so we start that gradient look and effect. And then going in with matte number 4, we're going to hit the inner corner. We get that beautiful gradient from light to like the cranberry shade to the dark crease. And you just want to blend everything in and reinforcing all our steps. Back in with our fluffy brush again. Going in with the black shade, we're going to start creating a bit of depth right on the lid. We're not going to create a wing, we're just going to do a shadowed liner, a smoky liner, that's what I meant to say. This black is so black, I love it. And guys, we're going to go back in with our L'Oreal brown liner on our lower lash line. Going in with the 2 shades, mattes 10 and 11, mixing those up and just hitting the lower lash line, building that up. Going in with matte number 1 and hitting the inner corner. And guys, this is look number 4, super smoky. I love the black liner. It really gave that I just love how much depth it gave the eyes. This is a perfect look in which you don't need eyelashes because that liner really makes your lashes pop, even though if you have little fine lashes like me, you know. But this is look number 4, again, super easy. I really loved building the shades together because they build very nicely on top of one another. And let's move on to the last and final look. All right, we're gonna start off with this Maybelline pencil liner. We're gonna hit it all over the crease to create a nice dark base for us. We're gonna blend it out with the finger and then a brush because this liner wasn't as creamy as I wanted it to, so it was a bit of a struggle, but it's okay. And then we're gonna start off with our black shade, matte number 12, and just tap it on anywhere where we place that black so we get that intensity. I honestly don't think this black needs it because it's very dark. It really does well on its own, but I wanted to try this because I haven't done it in a while. I wanted to show you guys a different way to do it. Then going in with matte number 11, which is a cool tone dark brown, we're gonna hit it right on the edges of the black so we start softening up those edges. And what I do is tapping motions first, and then we're gonna start blending it. Going in with mattes number 9 and 10, mixing those 2 together and tapping on top of the cool tone brown, just really going around how we did with the first one. And then blending it out back and forth. Going in with matte number 4 and getting those edges so we can really blend them out and buff them out so they don't look too harsh, because this look was looking way too harsh. And then going in with some foundation, get very little, tap it on your brush, again, a very little amount, and start tapping on the edges so it can soften it up. You need a very little amount. Make sure it's not completely wet. Your brush should only be a bit damp, not wet with foundation, and it's gonna just soften everything up so beautifully. And then back in with our liner, we're gonna hit the waterline, outline the entire line, and then blend out with our cool tone brown to create that nice smoky effect. Then with our black brush we use, well, the brush we use, the black, we're going to hit the lower lash line, get it close, and then blend it out so it's nice and dark. Getting this brightening powder, we're going to hit the under eye area because I was looking very raccoony, and this is a good way to kind of mask that a little bit. Going in with both matte 1 and 3, we're going to hit it all over the edge. So again, we soften up that edge. And guys, this is look number 5. This was my first time in a very long time doing a black smoky eye, and I really love how it looked. It's super dark and it's perfect for October because it is spooky season, but I really loved how it looked. I'm a little rusty with smoky eyes, but this one really worked out. It did take a lot of blending, so this one does take a little bit more time because you don't want to look like a raccoon at the end of the day, you know? But this is look number 5, guys. I have an outro, my thoughts on the palette, and all that good stuff. So please stay, and I'll see you there. Bye.
Hey guys, so I am back. This is the 5th and final look using the Makeup by Mario palette, the Masters Mattes palette that looks like this. And you guys, oh my gosh. So when I first saw that Mario was gonna have a brand, I was so freaking excited because I really like him. I really feel like he's just such a genuine, nice, good person that loves the art of makeup. And I feel like you have to support someone like that. But then I saw the prices and I was like, ooh, this is kind of pricey. But I'm like, you know what? I want to support. I want to show you guys how to work with the palette if you decide to get it. But it is very pricey. It is $49 for all these shades. This palette is pretty small. I don't know. When I saw the pictures, I thought it was a little bit on the bigger side. But it reminds me of like the NARS palettes. You know, it's just the same size, the similar packaging. The pans are very similar to NARS, so that's what I could compare it the most to. But the quality, guys, this is the perfect example of you get what you pay for. The quality of each and every matte shadow is beautiful. It's not blotchy. It doesn't get spotty. Well, a lot of times mattes don't really work on a wet surface. And as you guys saw, I worked with the wet surfaces, dry surfaces. I used concealer, I used primer. I wanted to see how it works with all these types of bases, and it all worked beautifully. I didn't get any patches. I barely got any fallout, and these are matte shades. I didn't get any freaking fallout at all. I was so pleasantly surprised. The pigment is there. You guys saw the moment I literally hit it on my lid, you get the pigment. I think the palette is beautiful. I think it's very easy to use. Each look didn't take me long at all, which is very nice because usually we're on the go or we just want to do a quick beat. And when shadows don't cooperate, it just takes way too long and ain't nobody got time for that. The only look I feel like that took me the longest was this one because I'm very rusty on doing a full-on smoky eye. I haven't done a black smoky eye in such a long time. But when I saw the palette, I'm like, you have to do it because it's just a perfectly matte palette to do like your traditional smoky eye. I really like the palette. I think it worked great, but for $49 it should work freaking great. Would I buy it again? I probably would because I'm obsessed with makeup, but again, it's very expensive. Every single look was so easy to do. A lot of times when I envision a look in my mind and I want to create it with the palette I see in front of me, sometimes it doesn't happen because either the shades are not working or the shades are not blending together. Something happened in which it just doesn't work out. This is, I think, one of the first times when I know what look I'm going for and I get it. And that's rare, guys. So I really feel like he put his heart and soul into this palette. I'm sure into the makeup line in general. The packaging is very simple, I will say that, but I really like simplicity. You guys know I always wear black shirts. I'm a pretty simple girl and I appreciate this. You know, I don't need all the bells and whistles. What I need is a palette to work, especially when I'm on my way somewhere and I don't want to be blending out eyeshadows for 10 minutes each eye. You know what I mean? But I think this is it, guys. Let me know which look was your favorite. Let me know if you plan on getting this palette. Let me know your thoughts and everything because as you guys know, I always love to show you guys the versatility of each and every palette I buy. And I think this is it. Oh, it is only available at Sephora and Makeup by Mario's website. So just a quick FYI. And I think this is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And if you made it till the end, thank you so much. I love you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.